I'll check, guys. Did it, bae. I did it. I finished everything in time. I put on Photoshop. I'm Gooch. Now I'm just...
seconds remaining.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the EPICENTER 2019 South American Qualifiers. This is going to be the Bo1 ensuing from here on out. For the next 7-8 hours, we're going to be seeing some of South America's best teams trying to compete for an opportunity to get themselves into the major. And right now, starting things off with the best of one group stages, having ourselves Pain Gaming taking on the side of EGOBOYS. I kind of feel, before anything else, right, before anything else goes down, right, we have to remember what's at stake here. This is the last major on the cards. This is one of the final opportunities for direct qualification to TI. Like, no one wants to take the hard road of qualifying for TI. You know, you want to get there as easily as possible. So this is going to be a pretty big game for both teams. Pain Gaming, EGOBOYS, let's make it happen. Pain Gaming, Radiant side, they're going to lead things off by picking up the Nyx Assassin. They banned Drow, as you should, Pangode, and Darkseer. EGOBOYS were the ones that decided to leave Oracle in the pool. They banned a Baron, Razor, as well as the Doombringer. I'm really glad about the Doombrand, but now you can pick Oracle, you can pick Sand King. I really do like the first pick Nyx though from Pain Gaming. It disables a lot of what these super OP mid heroes might be able to do later on in the game. Can't really pick Storm, you can't pick OD. It really complicates and frustrates you picking Sand King as well. So a couple of different ways in which this hero was actually really high value, in my opinion. That being said, you know, let us never understate the power and potential of a hero like the Nature's Prophet. We've seen this Prophet wreak havoc lately. What, Prophet Sand King? Oh, Prophet Earth Spirit. I was wondering if somebody was going to pick Earth Spirit this game. Now that they have, though, it does make it less likely that Pain Gaming would pick up Earthshaker. Even though that was unlikely to begin with, given that they have Nyx already. Now you just want to find strong laners who can deal with this Prophet Earth Spirit. Actually, now I wouldn't mind them picking up the Oracle.
10 seconds remaining.
I feel like that hero can be really good against Earth Spirit. Fate's Edict can make all the difference in the world in terms of how much damage the ES is able to actually put out in team fights. So let's see. Wow, that's an early troll pick. Very early troll pick. I suppose this does make it less likely that they're actually going to pick Medusa later on in the draft. I don't know, man. I guess the only reason they did this is because they saw that the Razor has already been removed. So it's also not that deep. Fewer counters available for the troll, as you would expect. But also it does mean that EGOBOYS are now definitely going to prioritize making sure they have more control and more stun. Because I don't think this control they have right now is sufficient for keeping a troll under wraps. You know, it's interesting that Pain are the ones that banned the Brewmaster. I think they would have done really well with it. But now with Brood being removed, I'm thinking about heroes like the Tidehunter. I just noticed that Enigma somehow is still in the pool. How is that even possible? How is Enigma, of all heroes, still available in their second phase? And both teams can do well with Enigma. It's a little bit harder for EGOBOYS, because playing Enigma versus Nyx is a really miserable thing. But Pain probably know that, so they're going to most likely pick the Enigma. If it makes it through. It's either Enigma or Tide. I think they're looking for some big AoE ultimate to round out their draft with. And then EGOBOYS. What do they need primarily right now? Just need damage in the mid lane. Pick like Queen of Pain. Actually, just be mobile. One of the ways to beat Troll as well is not just to make sure you have sufficient control, but is to just kite him across the map. So you already have a hero that's good at kiting in the Prophet. Oh wow. So two heroes that I thought were going to be picked in the Oracle and the Enigma instead get banned away to make way for EGOBOYS grabbing the Bat Rider. Bat. Yo, this is a nonsense lane for basically anybody. I suppose as long as he's not nearby the Nyx Assassin, everything is fine for the Bat. As it stands right now, yo, Troll is already hating life. You don't really have the most fun in any of these particular lanes as the Troll. It's not so bad versus the Prophet, but it's really bad versus Bat Rider. Oh my god, here we go. LC. The Bat Rider counter comes out immediately. And you can see Pain Gaming were most likely prepared for this, given the speed of the pick. But I suppose it's kind of telegraphed, right? EGOBOYS ban Oracle into picking Bat Rider. You're trying to remove any kind of cleanse from the enemy team. So Pain Gaming respond instead by getting said cleanse with the press the attack of the Legion Commander.
Remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
This prep does represent kind of an issue though for EGOBOYS. This press the attack is going to do a lot of work against them. And because they have so few hard disables, there's no guarantee that they can keep the control going after the press the attack's been used. In fact, I'd be surprised if they ever actually use Lasso if Legion Commander is not visible elsewhere on the map. Not surprised that they go for this hard Morphling pick. I mean, sure, Troll Warlord can buy the Diffusal Blade and you can be very useful versus Morphling. But as the game scales later and later, Morphling is by far a more dangerous hero. And they just gotten themselves some additional burst damage, something that they lacked before this. So you get the shotgun, you can actually kill somebody during the initial duration of the lasso. Yeah, it's gonna go fine. It'll be great. At the same time though, one of the things I do not like about the Morphling lane is that there is a period of the game very early on where it's really difficult to play as a Morphling versus Nyx Assassin. I'd say around the time when Nyx is like level 10, level 11, then you as Morph can basically never find yourself on the map having max agility. Otherwise, you almost likely are going to die immediately. And also have nice follow-up potential from Pain Gaming, scouting across the map with Nyx LC. Nyx can also follow the Nature's Prophet around, interrupt Bat Rider as he's trying to go for plays. And just looking at the kind of draft they have right now, EGOBOYS, they're leading into this 4 protect 1 type of strat, where they're able to play very aggressively and high tempo, with 4 heroes on the map, leaving the Morphling to be able to farm elsewhere. And the Nyx Assassin is fantastic in those kind of games. You break up so much of EGOBOYS' potential. Scout out their movements, break their smokes, stun the Bat Rider, try solo pick off Morphling. And now that you also have a Storm Spirit, oh my goodness, Pain Gaming have so much catch.
5 seconds remaining.
So much catch, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. And they have second last pick, so they're going to be picking their final support on the side of Pain Gaming before the end of the draft. And EGOBOYS do have the opportunity to get the optimum mid matchup versus the Storm Spirit. So let's see what's left in the pool for them. I feel like because they need a hero that's high tempo, they kind of have to pick Ember Spirit. It's either Ember, Queen of Pain, or let's see who else can play at that super high tempo. We saw EG play the Wind Ranger at MDL. I think Wind Ranger could actually be really strong here. An additional stun from the Shackle Shot. Most of the damage that Pain Gaming has right now, they need to be able to right click you to get off. So Wind Run is going to be of a really high value in those circumstances. Now, speaking of the kind of damage they have on Pain Gaming, this is an absolute must-buy game for Morphling to get the E-Blade. And if possible, they should angle for as many Ghost Scepters as they can. They ban TA in the mid lane for Pain Gaming and pick the Lion. Alright, they recognize that you need some kind of burst damage versus Morphling. You need an instant disable, which is the Hex. You don't really need that much push potential anymore at the very least. I think damage was a magical damage in particular. They probably recognized at the end of their draft that, yo, we need some way to actually kill people without right-clicking them. So Lion, perfect last pick in order to fulfill that role.
5
Ego Boys now. What's the mid matchup going to be? Who are you going to put there to deal with Storm Spirit? Lion also complicates that calculus somewhat because now there are so many heroes that do not want to find themselves getting hexed into finger stun. So, this is actually a really hard loss pick. Death Prophet, in my opinion, would be nice, but at the same time, if you pick Death Prophet, she doesn't really play at the same tempo as the first three heroes that you went for, and you're all trying to create space for this Morphling. So I think the three options in my mind at the top of my list: Ember, Quap, Wind Ranger. If this wasn't a Morphling, maybe I'd say Sniper, because of how good he is versus not Snipers. You're playing Sniper versus Nyx, Storm, Legion Commander. Yeah, it sounds like a bad idea. Never mind that I said that. Forget it. Just forget I said anything. EGOBOYS, last pick, boys. What's it gonna be? They're really milking the duration, but it seems like everybody's doing this lately. Just trying as hard as humanly possible to just abuse how much time you have at the end of the draft. What's it gonna be? What's Leo's stuff? What you putting in the mid lane? A DK.
Select your heroes.
I suppose DK does, you know, you can play with the rest of the team. You just get to this point where you just buy BKB, or just get level 6, group up with your squad, try push down towers that way. It also gives you an instant stun through the Dragon Tail, something that they need to be able to control Storm Spirit. It's a hero that's unlikely to die, even if he does find himself being dueled. Actually, the more I think about it, this is actually a great pick, because you also have the Breathe Fire from the DK, which is exceptionally useful versus the Troll. You know, just limiting the amount of damage you can actually put out is pretty great. Okay. I'm okay with this. I'm down. Lost pick DK. The only issue that I have primarily with this lost pick DK is that you're picking this into a situation where, actually no, it's not so bad, because normally I'd have an issue with it because of the fact that you need someone who's going to scale into the late game, but you have Morphling already, so that part of your draft is already covered. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, finally getting into the game itself. EGOBOYS playing on the dire side, Pain Gaming here on the Radiant. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, the stakes at play for this particular game. Success gives you an instant, well, not an instant way, you know. If you win the group stages, if you succeed at the group stages, just best of ones. That's all it has to be, right? You beat 8 other teams from this best of one situation, or 7 other teams rather, and you're through. That's it. You've got yourself to Epicenter. And of course, for EGOBOYS, the mere fact that they're here at all came through the qualifiers. So going through the open qualifiers means that they are already mentally prepared for a situation where you just play enough best of ones to the degree where it ends up paying off. So they are now 7 best of ones away, both sides, from getting themselves into the Epicenter Major. I mean, this is going to be pretty amazing. Like, I kind of feel the closer we get to TI, the more and more it's becoming clear that the state and overall bar of Dota keeps increasing. And I see no reason that's going to stop anytime soon. It's going to be pretty hype. I'm going to be excited about this one. So they're going to smoke on the side of Pain Gaming, hoping to try and... Okay, have they drawn their line yet? They haven't drawn the line, so I don't know where exactly they want to go. But I suspect they're going to just go this way. Go up the ramp. They might get their smoke broken by the DK. Nope. Draken will not do it. And instead might end up feeding away his own life. Okay, they're going to go all the way around. They want to try and get a kill at the top lane. They expect that this is where Morphling is going to be. But look at this Morphling, man. Tomato has played a Dota. He knows. He knows. Freaking hiding. What a G. What a guy. Yeah, he knows what's happening. This kill is actually not going to happen. Which is kind of a shame. Just kind of a shame. I think it would have been interesting if Pain Gaming were able to like mop up this game. Because I feel like if Morphling dies in that kind of situation and they're able to secure bounty runes off that, the game was basically over. Like this Morphling is the entirety of their win condition right now. So Tomato, you're gonna have to carry hard, fam. But we believe in him. We've seen Tomato play Morphling before and he's done pretty well with it in the past. So let's hope he can replicate such success today. So Tomato on the Morphling here in the top side of the map. He is going to be supported by Ryzen on the Nature's Prophet towards the mid side of the map. Okay, Ryzen does get stunned, but did the Yolo Core level up the Impale? He did. So, yeah, Nature's Prophet is dead. And first blood goes over to the Troll. In the mid lane, we see Draken. He's going to be playing on the Dragon Knight. Lol, of course. Easy plug there. Other side of the map, Kinteka will be rolling around on his Bat Rider. And last but not least, we have Matthew down here at bottom. He is playing this Earth Spirit at the moment. And they have gotten the optimal lane matchup, I think. Or they were trying to on the side of Pain Gaming. As Theodoko, fresh from his assist of the kill up at top, will port down bottom on the Nyx Assassin. We do see Lelis, who is going to be taking the long road, walking his way towards the top side of the map on the Legion Commander. In the mid lane, 40R on the Storm Spirit, legendary hero player combination from South America. We see 444 on his Lion right now, just trying to interrupt this lane as much as he can. And last but not least, certainly not least, it's going to be Leo, who is playing on this Troll Warlord on the top side of the map. So because of how long they've taken to actually try and get this matchup, Troll's been effectively free farming. Morphling does not have a single CS to his name, which is, you know, kind of regrettable. Really unfortunate that that's the case, but you know, it is what it is. And Tomato's just sitting here. I think he's trying to force them to make a lane rotation, because now that King Tekka has gone to bottom, Lelis, but Lelis hasn't used the TP either. I think Tomato is trying to force a situation where he can farm under the tower and that the LC would have to teleport in order to get the appropriate lane matchup, but LC's fine. And it's Tomato that's ending up losing out on the CS. He's almost level 3 on the Troll Warlord of Leo, yet Tomato is still on level 1, only has 2 CS to his name. And they stun him up on Tomato, but I don't think that's going to do anything. He's going to be forced to just shift into strength, but he doesn't have much of it. He's only level 1, remember, so he's going to lose his life right now. And Tomato gives up the ghost, playing on this Morphling. That's really regrettable that Tomato died. And we end up losing out on Lelis as King Tekka with Matthew. They dive underneath the tier 1 tower at bottom to secure the double kill. Matthew's not even going to die for this. Tomato, Lelis couldn't get the TP out in time. By the time he arrives, Matthew's already regened some HP. And the overwhelming odds not enough to put him in the dirt. Now King Tekka, having secured himself a double kill here at bottom, already has a bottle to his name. Feeling fresh AF. Chilling out here on this Morphling, yo. We see now at top. Okay, the mid lane we haven't really discussed that much because it's really boring. This is the kind of lane where nobody dies. I highly doubt that DK will die. Storm shouldn't die. But 40R is definitely going to have the lane advantage here. It's just easier to farm on this hero right now when you're playing Storm in this situation. He's gonna get stunned in the mid lane, but Draken knows he can't do anything. He's just trying to mess with him for the moment. There's gonna be a drag back using the Vortex underneath the tier 1, but it doesn't do enough. At the same time though, top lane, we do see that they get a kill onto the Morphling yet again. King Tekka was trying to get aggressive onto Lelis underneath the tier 1 tower of the Radiant side, but there is not gonna be any gas there. King Tekka will just have to back himself away. And the bat just continue doing bad things, that's fine. I'm really worried about this Tomato Morphling though. This top lane is not going well for them at all. They might actually lose another. The Nyx Assassin have already got the stun off onto the NP. They forced the TP out from King Tekka to protect the Nature's Prophet. But now you have this Bat Rider at top. Tomato is still nearby at top. Bottom, Lilas is going to be free farming now because of the situation. And in the mid lane, rotation from Matthew does help them secure a kill onto the Storm Spirit. So they do have that going for themselves at the very least. However, and unfortunately, it's not enough to counteract how much you've lost at top, how much farm you're giving away at bottom. I mean, look at this. King Tekka's going to arrive right now. By the time he's back, Lilas is almost going to be level 5 on the Legion Commander. And they're going to find another kill. Pain Gaming. Yo, 2-man stun from Theoloco onto both Matthew and Tomato. No help will be incoming from the Earth Spirit, as they just get the easy kill. So the whole team, okay, they're going to try and maybe make a counter play onto Matthew. They were hoping to get the stun onto the Troll Warlord and then kick him back underneath the tier 1 tower. Unfortunately, that does not happen for them. And instead, Leo just turns around with right clicks. He's like, what are you going to do, Matthew? Come at me, bro. You see, Tomato will be forced into a situation where he is going to be buying that catch-up Hand of Midas. Has the lowest amount of lost hits of any core in this game. Will be able to dodge a stun coming out from Theoloco. And they've taken a try lane out of necessity. They're looking to try and maybe get a kill onto the next. They put him inside the Sprout. But Leo also shows up right in front of the faces of these two supports, and they do not want to box with him. This is a big bad troll right now. Leo is not to be screwed with. And he's just going to port out. Mid lane. Where is the Storm Spirit? Okay, so 40 hours bottom. Okay. At the same time, we do see that King Tekka is just calmly jungling. So they've given up on this bottom lane in its entirety, made this a free lane for Lilas, but they're trying to make a play at top. They TP'd in behind Ryzen, but now they know he's not nearby to protect Matthew. Matthew in trouble. They get the whirling axis out onto him. Will the final right click kill him? No, it will not. He popped the salve. He stays alive for the time being. 40 HP left on the Earth Spirit. 1 second until he can TP away. He finally found it, but 4-4. They got him. They got him. Not enough damage to kill him just yet. But they knew that they had that. At the same time, we see Leo just getting the quick chase down onto Ryzen. One more right click is all the Troll Warlord needs to find. And he does get it on a dominating streak on the Troll Warlord. 4 kills in 6 minutes for Troll. Oh my goodness. And again, Tomato can do nothing about this. He's a full level behind this Troll in his face. And all of this came, like, it all started so well. Like a pretty sick play at the beginning to hide in the trees and avoid the smoke gank. Now instead, getting completely dumpstered. And at bottom, we see they get the first duel of the game out onto King Tekka. And King Tekka will die, giving 10 damage away to the Legion Commander. And I think this was the lane that was potentially going the best for them. Actually, no, mid was going fine. And mid actually is going better. They find a kill onto 444. The Storm Spirit, having shown at bottom, is not in a position to help. And at mid lane, Tomato got stunned behind the tier 1 tower. But King Tekka's TP in will dissuade them from being able to get this kill. They're going to look for the Theoloco one though. And he does have Spike Carapace. Not going to save him for long, however. I don't know, he's still alive. Nah, they got this. They've got this. 2-man stun notwithstanding. It's not going to be enough for them to actually survive there. Erstwhile mid lane, they get the jump out onto Matthew. Earth Spirit. Looks like they were trying to make an aggressive play in the mid lane. Unfortunately, they cannot make it happen. And they didn't secure the tier 1 tower either. They got it down to fairly low HP, but it will still be defended by the side of Pain Gaming. 8-5 is the kill score. It looks close kill wise, but man, Pain Gaming are really getting further and further ahead right now. They already have a 2k gold lead. We see here Lilas has the phase boots ready to go. This Troll Warlord has had the time of his life. Normally I'm not really a fan of Battlefield Troll, but in this game, given that he's going to have it so quickly and that he's already level 6, I am perfectly content with that decision. And Theoloco is just sitting around and they're not really prioritizing getting farm on Tomato, which is kind of weird. Like, okay, he changed away from the Hand of Midas. If he was buying Midas, then it's like, guys, you need to protect him. Like, this Morphling needs to be able to farm. Draken does TP top, but Leo ready for the move. Theoloco immediately throws in the Impale, ensuring that the DK cannot keep the chase going. Man, Draken, I feel so bad for him. I mean, he's done nothing wrong thus far, you know. Double Bracer with the power trades. Oh, they're trying to fight Matthew, who rolled into the wrong neighborhood, buddy. And he's dead. Mega kill streak, 5-0-2 on this Troll Warlord for Pain Gaming. And they can easily just come back top and defend this tower from being pushed down by this Dragon Form DK. And sadly, the Ego Boys know that this is the case, so they're going to be forced away from the top side of the map. And they can't really do anything here. They're just going to be leaving completely. Matthew now. Also looking to... Geez, he was level 6, man. Everyone's struggling so much. Let's hope they can at least get some of these bounty runes, though. Pain Gaming have secured 2 in the top side of the map. They're going to try and ensure they get at least 3. And they get 3, but now the silence going out onto the Storm Spirit 40R might be in trouble. But King Tekka chooses not to really commit the lasso because he knows Lilis is right there with the press the attack. Man, this does really complicate things. But they're diving for this Ego Boys, going onto the high ground. And King Tekka really wanted to find the lasso onto Lilis. Okay, now we do see a stun. Timaro took over the Lion's body. And Lion will eventually end up dying. Adapter Strike brings him down. Now we saw the stun from 40R. And the lasso puts him in position that they can right click him down. And Ego Boys make a super aggressive play. Diving Pain Gaming atop their own shrine. But the play succeeds. Sure, they have to give up the tier 1 tower in the top lane. But that was going to fall anyway. And you got the very high priority kill of the Storm Spirit. So for Ego Boys, that was a huge salvage moment, I feel. I think this game would have gone really differently if they were unable to at least get that. And now they're trying to force the issue by getting a tier 1 tower as well. With this DK. He's at the forefront of this push. Lidus is sitting in the trees right now, waiting for an opportunity to be able to get the duel off. No, they're going to get the DK kill. This is the last person that you want to give. Oh, dueled, dead. Not only do you give away extra damage to LC, you also lose the Nature's Prophet, and 444 was right there, so he got additional damage on his Finger of Death. Now instead, it seems like it's Pain Gaming that can finish the job by pushing down the tier 1 tower on the Ego Boys side. So things not looking the greatest at the moment for the side of the Ego Boys. I mean, they're trying, right? Okay. We do see them. They use the stun. Beautiful 2-man stun from Theoloco onto both the Batrider as well as the Nature's Prophet. Matthew rolls in with the Magnetize onto our 4 heroes. Theoloco doesn't end up dying from it though. Draken finds the stun onto Leo, preventing him from getting closer. They do lose the Nyx Assassin. And they're trying to keep this chase going, rolling boulders back in 1 second. Beautiful usage of these stuns. Are you guys seeing this Earth Spirit play? Earth Spirit is now going to secure a double kill, bringing down Lion as well as the Troll Warlord. And Draken jumps onto the Troll Warlord 40R, basically out of mana. How far can he get? He is completely bone dry underneath his tier 1 tower. They just need one more right click and the Storm Spirit will be killed. There is going to be a duel, but instead this might backfire and give Matthew the damage. It doesn't give him the damage, but he is able to ensure that there's a double kill for the DK. Nice play from Matthew to kick the LC in order to get vision of the Storm Spirit. And Pain Gaming get a full team wipe off the back of... This was all Matthew. Literally all Matthew. Yo. Did you guys see that? Sure, they lose. And that's after they lost Nature's Prophet as well as the Batrider almost immediately. And Matthew's like, guys, I got this. Come on. And they did all of this without Tomato even being there. Tomato was farming top while Draken and Matthew just team wiped the whole team. Earth Spirit, give this man our bells. Yo, what a player. So the game is suddenly even off that one play. Even though the lead was building massively for the side of Pain Gaming. Not only is the game even, Tomato is third in net worth now. Slowly but surely going to be able to catch up to the Troll Warlord. The DK Draken, who was having such a rough go of things earlier on. Thanks to surviving that fight. Okay, I was about to say I'm not really a fan of this drums pickup. I feel like if you can't get drums before 15 minutes on certain heroes, you just shouldn't bother at all. So the Shadow Blade I do like though. A way to find 4DR. Ensure that you can actually kill the Storm Spirit. And they're going to smoke on the side of Ego Boys. The whole squad moving together. No bounty rune spawning now, but they want to try and find somebody off guard. Regrettably for them, the only person even close to this side of the map is Theoloco, and even he is going back towards whence he came. So sadly, the smoke gank will result in nothing happening. They can at least apply some pressure perhaps onto the tier 2 tower, but not even that. Tomato doesn't feel safe. He probably doesn't want to push it, right? So they're going to rather leave the Nature's Prophet to do the job for them. Just throw out some treants. You're not really forcing the issue. You know, you're just prodding them to see how they're going to respond. And they will respond by saying, okay, we'll do some damage to your tier 2 as well. But they immediately move away from this lane because an observer ward of theirs here spotted out the rotation from this here Bat Rider. So King Tekka will watch the TP out happen in his face, but you know, Flame Break, even if he did have it, no longer cancels CP, so can't do much about that. Also, yeah, why would DK buy drums? They already have drums, like on the Bat Rider, so it was gonna be a bit of an odd decision if that was the case. But good God, look at Leo, guys. Battle Fury with phase boots, a Wraith Band at 15 minutes on this Troll Warlord. He is going to be absolutely gargantuan in this game. They're trying to kill him now, though. Making this movement with the DK. Oh, Nature's Prophet TP's in just a second too late. Unfortunately, they don't really have any easy way to get vision on the map, apart from smoking and just putting Raisin in a very, very, very risky situation. He'll come back. He's chilled. He's fine, man. He's chilled. Everything's fine, guys. Everything's fine. Movements from Draken. He is perhaps going to start heading towards top. Lilas really, really, really wants to find a kill onto somebody. You know, this would give him the gold for his Blink Dagger if they found a dual kill right now. Doesn't seem like it's going to happen. They're just going to go back to pushing this tier 2. They already have a Siege Wagon. It's going to do the gas. But they leave it. Let it go. Yet another Observer Ward warning them about the approach of the Bat Rider. And I'm all honestly, whenever Matthew is off map, I get why you would just be scared. If Matthew is showing, they make that move. If Matthew's showing bottom, they go for it. They're like, whatever. But Matthew off the map, do we really want to repeat of that last fight, guys? Probably not. Let's let it go. Tomato. Alright, here comes Matthew. The boy Matthew. The silence is coming onto 40. Oh, he's dead. Oh, they're gonna get him. And they morph Tomato into the Morphling. Into the Storm Spirit, rather. And they ensure that 40R goes down. Thanks to the Electric Vortex. Holding him in position long enough for Tomato to dish out the damage. Beautiful play. Yet again, if Matthew's off map, guys. Yo, this Matthew Earth Spirit is no joke. They win this game is going to ultimately come down to whether or not his performance lives up to the potential that we're seeing right now. And after that kill onto the Storm Spirit, they will use the opportunity to push down this tier 2 tower bottom. And because they pushed out the lane at top a little bit, this move can't be immediately countered by Pain Gaming. So they're definitely going to get this. Draken ensuring that they get the tier 2 tower. And they just port back top to defend. So Pain Gaming, their early start. I mean, it's not like everything's lost, right? Sure, they did lose 40R. Sure, the gold lead. In my opinion, I do think right now EGOBOYS are winning. Given that they've taken more map control. Tomato has actually caught back up. Can play Dota now. He's level 12 with the Lincoln Sphere. He actually got the waveform range talent. I like that talent. I don't know why more morphs don't pick it. Just every single game, as you should. In the mid lane, though, they are going to get a tier 1. Leo, he is still the one bright spark for the side of Pain Gaming. Because 40R and both Lilas have fallen behind quite a bit in terms of the farm they have. But Leo is having no such. Still at the top of the farm charts. By far the strongest hero on the map. Hasn't shown up for a fight in a while. Oh my goodness. Is 40R going to be able to escape? Yes, he is. And they will not be able to come back and contest this Roche. So 40R has done his job, created space. And the die scan will come. And they know now. They know they've been played. But there's no way they're going to be able to get you in time. Leo grabs the Aegis. Gets out of dodge. Matthew, sadly, there will be no heroic moment incoming from the Earth Spirit. Who simply chooses to roll himself away. It's actually interesting that Earthspirit already has... Oh, wait, never mind. I forget that he was involved in that massive team fight. I was like, where did the gold for the Hood of Defiance come from? In fact, how are you more farmed than King Tekka on the Bat Rider? And they're going to try for some kills at top. One of them, 444 with Theoloco, one of them is dead. And looks like Theoloco is going to be the sacrificial lamb. Matthew wants both, though. They find Theoloco. Nice hex from 444 to make sure there can be no interrupt of the teleport. And Matthew will end up just watching him, saying bye-bye, friend. You know, I hardly knew you. I'll see you in a better life, bro. King Tekka at top. I'm really not a fan of this Bat Rider build in this kind of game. To not go for the Blink Dagger. It's kind of an odd decision. Hold that thought. There's going to be a fight right now over the bounty rune. We see them diving onto Matthew right now. There's going to be a huge ultimate activated by the troll. He doesn't have it actually just yet. 4DR will try to bring down Draken, and they've managed to do so thus far. Matthew did go in, jumping in with the Magnetize, making a lot of action happen. They catch Ryzen with the duel as well, so they've immediately found one kill. Tomorrow waveforms onto the high ground to keep himself alive and safe. But that aggressive maneuver by EGOBOYS to try and contest for the bounty rune, they end up not getting it. Ironically, they will be able to get the 2 at bottom. Oh, lol. If they get the 2 at bottom... Oh, Matthew actually got one. They're going to find 3 bounty runes off of this. It does cost the DK his life, though. So, probably not worth it if that's the case. But still, Tomato's not complaining. He's like, alright, man, whatever. I'm just going to keep farming. Already have the Ghost Scepter to lead into this E-Blade. But yeah, I was going to say that in this kind of game, when you're playing versus heroes like the Storm Spirit, heroes like the Leeless Legion Commander, hell, even heroes like 444's Lion, I think it's extremely important to have an item like the Blink Dagger that allows you to get on top of somebody immediately. But I suppose prioritizing the BKB is also important, because if you don't have BKB in this kind of game, then all Theoloco has to do is wait for you to lasso somebody, walk in your Firefly with Spike Carapace, and then that's it. Initiation finished. It's done. Can't do anything, yo. So I'm really down with this decision. Raisin? Be careful, fam. Gonna be a Breathe Fire from Draken, ensuring that Leo can't keep the chase going. And the Nature's Prophet will instead just go back to safety. But press the attack on Leo. Even more attack speed for the troll. Look how fast this hero is hitting. Oh my god. Does lose half his HP to a couple of shotgun blasts from Tomato, which is kind of a harbinger of things to come, right? Once he has the E-Blade, Leo, the item build he went for doesn't necessarily lend itself to being super tanky. He went for Manta instead of SNY. And I get why he went for the Manta, right? He realizes that the only thing that really stuns him in this game that he doesn't want to deal with is going to be the lasso, as well as the silence from Matthew. However, if he finds himself having this Manta style, can Manta off the silence, and if Bat Rider jumps in, because Bat doesn't have a Blink Dagger just yet, you can actually use the Manta style, confuse the Bat for a second, make it a lot harder for him to decide on the target. But still, the fact that he went for this kind of build, he's a little bit less tanky than if he went for the SNY. There's no status resistance he's looking forward to here. And sure, he's building up into this Diffusal now, which is going to increase his overall armor. But this Snowflake E-Blade is not going to care too much about the armor you have as Troll. So I would like to see after this Diffusal, maybe him going for a Satanic or something. Getting that HP, getting that status resistance. Oh wow. Matthew just building a casual pipe for his team. Just cause whatever. And he might follow Draken as Draken leads in with the Shadow Blade. They ideally want to catch 4GR. And they see him on the high ground. Both him and Leeless. But Leeless and 444 are positioned very, very well to defend 4GR and make sure their Storm Spirit continues to flourish in this game. He's gonna need a while though before he's able to be a really big dog. Still looking towards that Bloodstone. Time will tell how impactful it will be in this game. But it looks like they might want to smoke now on the side of Pain Gaming. They're the ones that group up as a unit right underneath an Observer Ward though. So EGOBOYS should not be caught out by this unless they want to try and spring a trap. But they also just lost their Aegis. I'm not sure this is the optimum time to fight. And Leeless, Blink Dagger, reveal, easy kill onto Matthew. So, but Matthew finishes the full pipe. It's like whatever.
bottom tower is under attack.
The important move though is them transitioning from that kill into getting this tier 2 tower. I think you want, playing as their draft on the side of Pain Gaming, you want to finish this game as fast as possible. You do not want to give Morphling time to actually get online. Speaking of Morphling, finds himself getting stunned up on the other side of the map. They know there's no duel, but there are other stuns that might be available. Spy Carapace stun was there. Long range zip-in coming in from 40R. Ghost Scepter initiated by Tomato to keep himself alive. He goes into the Nyx Assassin 4, morphs back into himself, but unfortunately, he's still going to be surrounded by 4 heroes. You can shift his strength as much as you want. You can E-blade yourself as much as you want. Eventually, Destiny arrives. And now it's here. Feels bad, man. Bottom, we see Lasso flying out onto the Troll Warlord. Leo might die. He activates the Battle Trance to keep himself in fighting shape right now. And he just is able to keep fighting. But unfortunately, they do have the control. They do have the damage. And they will be able to bring him down. Can they get some revenge kills, though? Theoloco looking for the stun out onto the DK. DK will find himself getting stunned up. There's a duel onto the DK. DK will die. Matthew was trying to protect his life with the Rolling Boulder forward. But unfortunately, may have just doomed his own. No, they blink in the wrong direction. Somehow they're only going to end up losing the DK in that situation. Oh wait, maybe not. Theoloco gets the full chase onto Matthew. Nah, they got him. They got him. We got him! And they do finally bring them off. It's fine. Killing the Earth Spirit there. Once again, losing this DK is kind of an issue. He hasn't really progressed that much since picking up the Shadow Blade. Still looking to finish off this BKB. And is now being left behind by every other core hero in this game, with the exception of King Tekka, who has had a really rough time. At least has finished off the BKB now. But man, honestly, I don't think it's his fault. I think this is all Lilis's fault, that King Tekka is having such a hard time. Not only did Lilis have a phenomenal laning phase, but Lilis also has an instant counter. Batrider can do nothing in this game. We saw in the draft that immediately Lilis was prepared to press the attack. And he used it to really good measure. Also, guys, I want you to think about something. He's level 18 on this LC, man. That level 10 talent putting in the work right now. So this is a lot of lockdown that's available from the duel. They must do their utmost on the side of EGOBOYS to not ever get caught by said duel. And they've smoked right now. We've seen them make this exact same move several times now. But this time, Theoloco will finally break it. Stops this from happening in its entirety. And smokes are just getting popped. King Tekka will get stunned up. They're going to get the Dragon Tail stun onto the line as well. But there's the duel onto King Tekka. King Tekka is going to die. 40R as well now. Diving onto Matthew's Spirit Vessel is down onto the Earth Spirit. They keep him alive with the E-Blade from Tomato. But it's not going to be enough. Eventually, Leo will get his due and finds himself a double kill. Tomato, you try to help, buddy. You can't help everybody. And now Pain Gaming take this as an invitation to try and march down the mid lane. Not that much wave clear remains between the DK. Okay, E-Blade combo. Wow, Leo almost died. If Dragon was better prepared for that move, they could have comboed that with the Dragon Tail stun just for the damage. If nothing else. And unfortunately, Ryzen did not have Wrath of Nature. But with that buyback, they do manage to keep Pain Gaming away from their base. They don't even do any damage onto the tier 3 tower. And it looks like they're trying... are they going to try this? Are they really going to go for this move? It looks like they want to try force an engagement after this. I'm not so sure about this one, guys. I think you just got trounced in an engagement that, sure, you maybe weren't prepared for. But these heroes, their levels are just too high. Like, yo, so much of an experience lead. 15k experience. Even higher than the 10k gold graph. I mean, a lot of this is due to Lilis on this LC. But nevertheless, just look at those levels. Level 18 on Troll now. Level 17 on the Storm Spirit. I mean, you do have a 17 hero yourself in the Morphling, but Tomato... Sure, this draft is about him, but he really can't do it all alone, especially not when he's in a situation where he now has to buy BKB just to feel like he can survive any of these engagements. There is going to be most likely a Roshan fight here. Neither team wants to let the other one grab Rosh, especially since EGOBOYS know that giving up the Aegis is almost as good as giving up a Laner X. Yo, I must say, from watching MDL as well as watching this game right now, I kind of feel like Nyx Assassin is a first pick, first ban hero. It does so much for your team. Like, look at the situation, right? He knows that the smoke is going to get popped because somebody's probably up on the hill. There's going to be a duel onto Matthew, the most impactful hero. He cannot die this early. E-Blade was used to save him, but now 40R is just going to get the insta jump onto Tomato. Tomato, falling very low on the Morphling, will steal away the Nyx Assassin's form, but nobody's died as of yet by some miracle. Huge Magnetize now coming in from Matthew, turning it around onto all 4 heroes. Matthew will eventually die, but now they've managed to trap the Yoloko inside the Sprout. BKB now activated by Draken. They really want to get this Yoloko kill. Will they be able to find it? No, they will not, because Leo on the background of the fight is going ham, destroying the Morphling, now taking down King Tekka. King Tekka will die. Tomato does buy back, able to get a kill onto this Lion. But that's all they get out of it. 3 heroes go down in this situation, and Leo just cannot be stopped right now. Indomitable on this troll. 12, 2, and 6. Jeez. Jeez. Wow, okay. And this BKB, they were not prepared to deal with the BKB. That 10-second BKB changed everything. Now, I'm kind of surprised they didn't just immediately walk back into the Roshan pit. Oh, okay, no, never mind. Tomato bought back. Yeah, never mind. If Tomato hadn't bought back, they most likely take Roche in that situation, but he did. Also, Tomato kind of doomed himself because he tried to use the E-Blade to save Matthew early on in the fight, which I don't really mind the maneuver, but immediately after doing that, he also waveformed, because he was like over here. He E-Blades Matthew, then he waveforms really far away in the fight, but that means that the E-Blade cannot be used aggressively anymore. It's only going to be a defensive stance. And they're not even able to capitalize that much, as Matthew, sure, he does come back, uses the Magnetize, but doesn't do enough. And now because they're showing Tomato at bottom, Leo is like, well, okay, we'll just take Roche. You show your Morphling in a place, we'll take the Aegis. Stone Spirit will grab the cheese. 40R. Is that a BKB on the courier for him? Yeah, it is. Oof. A full 10-second BKB for the Storm now. I'm not so sure how they're going to deal with this. Like, what are you supposed to actually do? Dealing with... Like, what? Look at this. Look at this guy. BKB, 17 Bloodstone charges, a cheese, Kaya building into an Orchid. This Leo Storm, or the 40R Storm in tandem with Leo's Troll, who's going to have MKB not too long from now. Okay, changing his mind to the Basher. I guess he realized that Morphling doesn't seem like he's going to be able to buy a Butterfly. Or maybe he saw his inventory and saw the Ogre Axe and he's like, yeah, well, if it's BKB, I'm not concerned. I suppose the only thing that can really affect them is if Morphling replicates the Troll and then uses the Whirling Axes to try and apply some evasion on Troll. That could help, but... Man. Oh no, Tomato, 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 Tomato. No, 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 no. Okay, okay, he destroys the Observe Ward. Don't come back to farm this camp, my friend. Go home. Go home. No, Tomato. No, Tomato. Okay. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like Lilas really wants to try and press his advantage. I feel like they could have actually killed Tomato there. Because he's... Oh, but they have... Also, he has the Lincoln Sphere. So... And 444 doesn't have a Blink Dagger yet. So, yeah, okay. They couldn't really make that move. And Troll Warlord seems like he's unable to decide what he wants. He picks up the Eye of Skadi. So that's going to be yet another item. Look how tanky this Troll is. 2.5k HP. He's got 37 armor. He still has Battle Trance, can still use the Whirling Axes to ensure that he has a real chance of surviving the team fights. Oh, is Ryzen just dead? Yeah, he is. Gonna find himself getting dueled. Feels bad, man. This is what's so scary about playing with the kind of lineup that Pain Gaming has, where you have a Nyx Assassin who's going out of control, as well as the Storm Spirit, as well as this Legion Commando can also grab you instantly and kill you. Nowhere on the map feels safe. Everybody from EGOBOYS kind of has to corral inside the base. Tomato's the only person outside right now farming, but this is primarily by necessity rather than anything else. And Leo, look at this push. The speed of this. Oh my god. And because he had, oh, they go to the back lines. They try to get the jump onto Lilith. Can they get the insta kill onto the LC? LC will not die. She's still alive. And now Tomato will find himself getting gone on by Leo. They've almost lost Matthew at the very beginning of this. Matthew will die. Here we go. Leo, man fighting against the world. But now 40R has eventually shown up. They do melt the Aegis, but this has taken all the resources that they had on the side of EGOBOYS to make happen. The DK now is on the high ground. Gonna get himself dueled up. He tried to kill Lelis earlier. Doesn't succeed in doing so, so Lelis will return the favor, duels him, and they get the kill. And Leo, on his second life, will be able to claim the first lane of racks with his team. And that move was a positive one. They did eventually bring down the Aegis, but unfortunately, that's all they can really secure out of that. And now we find ourselves in a situation where the mid lane of racks is being pushed as well. So this is 2 lanes of barracks that we see Pain Gaming suddenly being able to claim. Are they going for the megas? They're going for the megas. Alright. Do it big, guys. Do it big. Go for these here megas. Make it happen. They're gonna go. There's gonna be the attack onto Tomato. Tomato E-blades himself to stay alive. The Yoloko will stun him up once more with an impale. There is still gonna be a Spirit Vessel on him, and then a duel. Tomato is dead. There is no buyback available for the Morphling because he bought back for one of those earlier engagements. They lose King Tekka as well. Ryzen in trouble. Gonna get zipped on by 40R. Zip, zap, dead. And this game is over, as the EGOBOYS will call it themselves. GG. Wow. Pain Gaming. You know, things could have... Initially, let's be honest, things were a little bit dicey. Dicier than they perhaps should have been. But nonetheless, we do see that Pain are able to close it out at the end and secure themselves a victory here over the side of EGOBOYS. This is a way to start off the bracket, guys. This is how you make things, get things going. Pain was out here. Pain really was out here. From the onset, you could tell that they were gunning for this W. You know, you can always tell when you're watching a team that really wants to win. And Pain Gaming was insistent upon ensuring that result in this game. I kind of feel like primarily for me what went wrong for EGOBOYS was that Tomato lane at top for the Morphling. Really, it just took way too long for Morphling to start his game. And even when he did start, was forced into buying defensive items primarily. I mean, sure, he went for the E-Blade, but as we saw in this game, he used this E-Blade almost entirely defensively. Not a single time did we actually see him using this in such a fashion that it's like, well, okay, this is getting the guaranteed kill onto anybody else. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. What a game. What a way for them to be able to secure their victory here. But we do see that Pain Gaming will be the first team here in the South American EPICENTER qualifiers to secure themselves a win. And yeah, looking good. EGOBOYS, it's not over yet. You still have 6 more BO1s. You know, the opportunity is there. It's not going anywhere. You still have the chance to get yourself to EPICENTER. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back now for the next set of games, which is going to be very soon. And who is going to be soon? Pain's going to be playing Midas Club, so that's going to be an exciting game. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back in a couple of minutes for that particular game. So, stay tuned for the EPICENTER Major Qualifiers here for the South American region. I'm Sneh. This is EPICENTER. Don't go anywhere.
nature. So I'm crazy. Won't you bend that back for me? We won't stop. Got your feet both locked. You get to fly with me. I can take you down for a ride. I take you around my life. Jaywalking, crosswalking, lip locking, but you, I know it, you know it, we make it. So I'm crazy. Oh my baby, got me staring at you. So I'm crazy. Won't you bend that back for me? We won't stop. Got your feet both locked. You get to fly with me. I can take you down for a ride. I take you around my life. Jaywalking, crosswalking, lip locking, but you, I know it, you know it, we make it.
Pain Gaming's turn to ban. Radiant team ban.
We got a thing that's based on a kind of
Pain
Latin rhythm
Gaming's turn to ban.
known as the bossa nova, but it is not really a bossa nova. But we think that you will dig this because
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to some more South American Dota qualifying action, as we have some more best of ones for the Epicenter Major qualifiers between Pain Gaming and Midas Club right now. We did see Pain already having secured their first victory in the game just before this over the side of EGOBOYS. Right now, let's see, did Midas play a game yet? Midas played against Infamous. Oh, excuse me, and Infamous ended up winning that series. So we are now in a situation where both of these teams can find themselves either, doubling their fortunes in the form of Pain Gaming, or Midas, could double their misery. Feels bad. Either way, we are now into it, ladies and gentlemen. And also, huge, massive shout out to the boys the guys, the ones with the gas, the sponsors of this tournament, Ray Gaming, who are going to be helping to make this all possible for the Epicenter Major. So if you guys enjoy what you're hearing, what you're seeing, what's happening, just head on over to Ray Gaming, buy their stuff, buy their swag. Remember, you know, somebody's got to pay these here bills. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to be getting into the draft as Midas Gaming, or Midas Club rather, not Midas Gaming, lol. Playing on the Radiant side, they have yet to actually start picking. They banned Nyx, thank God, because that hero is OP. Doombringer and Enigma are removed as well. Pain Gaming will take out the Troll, the Drow, and the Lone Druid too, picking up the Abaddon for themselves. So they already have some pretty powerful laning prowess.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds.
Just like, it's kind of crazy how you can just pick Abaddon, right? And your lane is good, suddenly. Suddenly you have additional damage in the opposite direction, you have heals, you have a way to get rid of stuns. You don't really have much chase potential because nobody levels up Curse of Avernus early on. But still, really strong hero in the laning phase. So now Midas Club, if they were intending on picking heroes like the Sand King, maybe even Earthshaker, it has a lot less value now when you see the Abaddon coming out. We'll see if it actually changes any of their orientation or their decisions about the heroes they need to be picking. Midas Club really taking their time with this first pick. You want to get this right. So what's it going to be? What with Earth Spirit? You can get Doxia, Earth Spirit, but then... Okay, you know they're not going to pick Oracle now, right? So you can get Doxia, Earth Spirit, Rasta, Doxia, Rasta, Batrider.
Pain Gaming's turn to
Rasta, Leshrac. Wow, okay, I didn't expect that. So it looks like Midas Club is going to be running something resembling a push strat, if I'm reading this correctly. Having the Shadow Shaman, having Leshrac, towers are going to melt this game. Simultaneously, it is a lot more stun. They have 3 stuns just between the 2 heroes present right now. Shadow Shaman can help set up for the Split Earth to land from the Leshrac quite easily. Especially because if you're playing the Rasta and you buy Aether Lens, you can stun people from Fog, which is absurd. So Leshrac not really going to have a difficult time getting off the stuns. Once level 6 is available for the Shadow Shaman as well, easy push with the Mass Open Wards. I kind of like that Pain Gaming do decide right now to ban the Oracle. I feel like if you're going to pick Batrider, you can't let Oracle go through. In the previous game, we saw Pain Gaming themselves picking the Legion Commander against the Bat. Midas Club could try go for a similar kind of thing. I actually wouldn't mind. The only issue is that it's kind of awkward sometimes playing the Legion Commander versus Abaddon, because you almost never win duels. If Abaddon is alive, you're never going to win a duel. Like the dueled hero just finds himself getting miscoiled, aphotic shielded. Just don't die. Sit there tanking up all the damage in the world. It becomes pretty crazy. So it's possible, but I doubt it. I think you just allow Batrider to be Batrider. As much as it sucks, you know, because, you know, it's freaking Batrider. Who wants to allow Batrider to play Dota? And we are now just waiting for the next ban that they need to get here for themselves. So what is necessary for Midas? Midas needs beefier heroes, definitely, and they need better lanes. Shadow Shaman is really good in lane. Leshrac can be okay. Wow, Pain Gaming is not even going to take the chance. Just take out the LC straight up. Wow, okay guys. That's a way to go about this. I suppose you doing this though, getting rid of everything, you are really signaling that, guys, we're gonna have a good Batrider game come hell or high freaking water. And nothing is going to deter us from that singular objective. What's it gonna be the pick? Get the Lifestealer. It's alright. It's alright. The one issue that I have with this Lifestealer pick being unleashed upon us right now, well, I actually don't have that many issues. The only issue that I really have is that with Lifestealer, it can sometimes be complicated to play against Batrider. Sure, it's decent in the lane against the Batrider. It's extremely good, in fact, in the lane versus the Batrider. But then as time goes on, you run into this really awkward situation where as long as Batrider has Lasso and hasn't used it yet, most likely it's going to get used on you, and that's going to suck. You won't be able to do too much about it in the game itself. So I don't know. We'll see how this all ends up playing out for them. They still need a couple of heroes as well to make sure that this Lifestealer has the best possible laning phase. But it also depends what carry they want to get for Pain. Can still pick Troll, can still pick Razor, because for some reason that wasn't banned. Oh my god, they're going to pick Razor for the mid lane, aren't they, right now? Razor is a natural BKB buyer. Amazing versus Lifestealer. You don't really die that quickly versus Shadow Shaman Leshrac, even though there's a ton of magical damage. Like a metric ton of magic damage. Wow, it's insane. They're really taking their time with this one. But I get it, right? This is not the time to make a stupid mistake in terms of the hero you're going to go for. You've already won one best of one. So you want to put yourself in the best possible position to win this one as well. And that requires patience at times. Alright, there you go. Definitely going to be Razor. I think what they were probably mulling over, they were probably talking to themselves like, yo guys, did they really just leave Razor in the pool knowing that we can just pick this hero right now? Alright, they did that, sure. We'll let it happen.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
How do you counter this Razor right now, though? Which is gonna be their primary problem. One of the main issues as well with this kind of situation is you're sitting here, right? If you're Pain Gaming, you're like, guys, okay, we've got our main core secured, and we'll also have a situation where we secured a better hero against theirs than they have against us. There's basically no lane counters that Midas have against Pain Gaming right now. Pretty much every situation seems like a lane win for them. So this Witch Doctor is gonna be nice, it's gonna help out somewhat, but doesn't really fix the problems as I see them in the draft at the moment. The PA, doesn't really do anything either. I mean, PA is nice in the situation, but I feel like PA is probably the weakest pick right now for Pain. It's the hero that I'm like, meh. The one thing it does do really well though is as the game scales, this is most likely going to be the type of situation where he builds into the Desolator for the Phantom Assassin. If you do that, these supports just get one-shotted and destroyed. Shadow Shaman and Witch Doctor are not happy campers having to play up against the Phantom Assassin.
Pain Gaming's turn to ban.
So Pain banned the Earthshaker at the very end of this. Oh, they have Earthshaker banned against them. They're not going to get that super OP team fight with Earthshaker and Batrider. Midas Club. What is needed here, my friends? What is needed?
Remaining.
They need something really that's gonna carry the game from the offlane. I really like Brewmaster. I feel like they should last pick the Broodmaster. Oh, Pain Gaming think that they are actually running this Leshrac offlane. So they're willing to gamble on that by having the Meepo as the final ban of the game.
Remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Last pick. What's it gonna be, boys? What's it gonna be? I'm hoping to see that Midas Club. Actually, they should just go all in, pick a hero that wins the game in the ultra late game. I would actually like to see them pick Medusa. Deal well with Medusa. The only hero that does actually fine versus Medusa in this situation is like the Razor, if you take away all her damage, especially because she doesn't have that much early on in the game. But just as a general thing, yeah, I wouldn't actually mind seeing them go for the Medusa last pick on the side of Midas Club. Dealing with Pugna is going to be tough if you go for a full magic build, given how hard this hero already counters the Leshrac. So you get the DP. Alright, this is someone that doesn't care about physical damage, can help you push down towers, because remember, this is still sort of a situation where you're running a farming and pushing strat. So this could still work for you. This could still work for you. It'd still be fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. So DP last pick, can take Roche now as well.